Hey, so it's 2025 and over half of the world's population uses email on a daily basis. That's over 4 billion people, which honestly is insane. But it creates a really lucrative opportunity for you and I to kind of capitalize on that volume and create a business in the email space. And the number one business model in the email space right now that is growing at an extremely high rate, so I really recommend you get in before it gets too hot, is the newsletter business. Now, I run a marketing newsletter on the side that generates me hundreds of dollars every single month. It's nothing huge. I'm still in the process of growing it, but I really wanted to go over my framework for how I run it, how it makes me money right now, and then how you can do the exact same thing and kind of grow and scale your own newsletter. People like Sam Parr and Sean Puri have built newsletters like The Hustle and Milk Road and sold them for over $30 million, it's reported. So needless to say, newsletter businesses are far from dead, and actually you can make millions of dollars if done right. So I'm going to give you the exact framework on how to start for free, how to start building your email newsletter, and then how you can monetize from day one. Let's dive right in. The first thing is actually starting your newsletter. So what are you interested in? What can you write about on a daily or weekly basis that you know a lot about that you're not going to get burnt out from? So like I really recommend these following niches that have a high monetization opportunity behind them. Like I said, I run a marketing newsletter. You could do sports, finance, AI, food, news, automotive, anything like that where there's a huge market. You could go into business and talk about a bunch of different things. But if you talk about automotive, you could talk about like Formula One and like recent Formula One news, or you could just do a local newsletter talking about like some new businesses opening in the area, or it's just some local news. So it's really what you find a passion in. There's monetization opportunities behind each one of these niches. Don't go for the one that makes you the most money. Go for the one that you actually have the biggest passion for, because it's just going to reduce the chance of you getting burnt out. So pick one of these niches and run with it. The second step here is pick your ESP or email service provider. Now, these are just the ones that I can speak on because I've used them all. There may be better platforms out there, but I wanted to talk on these four right here. So Beehive is the one that I use. It's the one that I recommend the most. It allows you to monetize from day one, and it's really centered around growth. They really want you to grow. There's opportunities for you to pay for growth, and there's opportunities for free growth as well. That's kind of their shtick, and I really like that. So they've got a really easy to use website builder. You don't have to pay for a domain, anything like crazy like that. And you can start from day one with a pretty slick looking website. Let's actually go to my website right now and see what I've created there. So this is my newsletter. You can sign up for free and get 2 free tools, but this website took me like 10 minutes to build. It literally was nothing. And then here's all my recent posts and all that good stuff. So needless to say, there's a really good opportunity behind Beehive. They allow you to do all these things very quickly. And if you do it correctly, you can have all this done on day one and just set up for growth, after that. We'll talk about that just in a second. But done correctly, you can do all this in one day and then not have to worry about any of the design stuff. You can really create a newsletter template, you can create a website template, and then just worry about growth and optimization and monetization after that. So Beehive, needless to say, has the best, I think, opportunity for newsletters going into the future. The next here is ConvertKit. So some of the pros I found was their customer support, really fast. Form building, e-commerce features allows you to kind of connect with a shop. And I like that, especially if you have a product to sell, maybe a digital product, you can connect that very easily. It's not that affordable. I had a problem with email deliverability with the client that I used to have. And then personalization as well is not that optimized. Same kind of things for Omnisend and MailChimp. Now, Omnisend is a very easy to use platform. I liked how beginner friendly they are. Their automation UI is very easy to use and easy to interpret. The cons on this one is customer support. I didn't find their customer support to be super quick. Lack of features, segmentation issues. And then MailChimp is really just kind of it's kind of outdated at this point. And I hate to say that because I use MailChimp for so long, but it costs too much money. And when you get to a certain point with your email list like I have, it just doesn't make sense to use something like MailChimp over Beehive. So needless to say, Beehive, I think, is the best way to go. If you can pay for a pro subscription, I would really suggest that, but they do have a 30-day free trial that you can use just to try things out from there. Let's go on to growing your email list. So now that you have your niche, you have your email service provider, let's talk about some free ways that you can grow your newsletter. So the number one way, and the way that I've been able to grow my newsletter to almost 2,000 members at this point, is organic content. If you're watching this video, you've probably watched another video of mine, or if not, hey, nice to see you. Please click the like and subscribe if you're still here. But I put out content on YouTube, I put out content on X, I put out content on LinkedIn, and really it just all stems from the content that I put on there. Now, the key factor behind all of the content that I put out and my philosophy in the content that I put out is I want it to be useful. I want people to see a piece of content or view a piece of content and leave thinking that they actually learned something. And I think that helps my reputability in the space. I think that helps my newsletter's reputability and my agency's reputability. If I can make you feel at the end of this video that you really learned something and you can use something by the end of this video, then I've accomplished my goal. Now, I say that because if you finish this video and you've learned something, I've gained a good reputation with you, which means that there is a higher chance that you will join my newsletter in the future, because you're not going to join somebody's newsletter that you don't really trust, that you haven't learned anything from, that's not providing you any value. So everything that I put out, I try to put out value. So if you're thinking about doing this kind of free organic content method, make sure that every piece of content you have just provides some sort of free value, and ask yourself, is this something that after the viewer sees this video or reads this X post, is this something that they can take away right then and there? So ask yourself before you post any piece of content. That's my philosophy. Now, the growth schedule I've had on all these platforms is pretty simple. I try to stick to YouTube, one long form video a week. Like I said, I'm kind of inconsistent with that, but we're still working on it. Focus on high quality, not quantity. So nobody wants to see, 7 videos a week that are all 5 minutes long talking about the same exact thing with low quality. Make your videos very high quality, and then try to invest in a good setup if you can. X growth schedule, I try to reply 30 times a day, post 3 to 4 times a day, make every single reply valuable. A lot of people, when they try to grow on X and they use the reply method, they're not using valuable content. So make sure to keep it valuable. And then obviously your bio needs to state what you do. Your profile needs to look well put together. And then LinkedIn, kind of same thing as X. But all of this funnels to your newsletter. So you should have call outs in every YouTube video. You should have something in your bio in X and LinkedIn that people can go to once you've put out a piece of content. Maybe they're interested in you and what you have to put out. They go to your profile, they see the newsletter in your bio, they sign up. That's kind of the different funnel. So content, call out, landing page, subscribe. They see a YouTube video. I say, hey, sign up for my newsletter. They go to the landing page and they subscribe. That's how I've been able to grow my newsletter recently, up to the point where it's almost at 2,000 members. So pretty cool there. Then if you have the capital, here's how you can grow through a paid kind of acquisition source. So social media advertising, I would not use TikTok. I would mainly stick to meta ads. This really goes best with local newsletters, but I've used advertisements for myself. I've kind of dabbled here and there over the past several years, and I've seen a good amount of traction. Not great to like where I want to keep pushing meta ads, but it's definitely useful if you have a lot of capital. So use these as attention grabbers, and sort of like lead magnets is what we call them. So you get people in by saying, hey, when you sign up to Win in Marketing, you get a free guide, digital product, course, tool, something that is actionable that they can take away when they sign up for your newsletter. Boost, same kind of thing. So you're paying somebody for a subscriber that they send your way. So on Beehive, there's a feature where you can apply to these different newsletters that have like high growing newsletters. And then once they sign up to theirs, they're then given a prompt to where, hey, would you like to sign up to Win in Marketing as well? We recommend that. You can pay people to kind of push that for you, and then you can pay them per subscriber, per verified subscriber that they send your way. So that ranges from $1, $1.50 to like $3 per subscriber. So you pay other newsletters. Like I said, there's a new subscriber that they sign up to their newsletter. We think you'd like this newsletter as well, and then they sign up for yours. So the last form here is advertising. So you can obviously advertise on other newsletters within the same kind of niche. So like in the marketing space, there are tons of different publications out there that I can advertise on. Same thing if you were in like the AI space, or if you were in the local space, or if you were just in the like general business news space. You can pay per click, or you can pay for 1,000 opens. So like if somebody pays, if you advertise on somebody's newsletter and you want to pay them $2 for every 1,000 opens, if they get 10,000 opens, you're paying them, what is that? $5, $10. My math is bad. $20. My math is bad. Anyway, if the reader's interested in the newsletter, chances are they like yours as well. So you want to keep it kind of in that same general niche. I wouldn't, as a marketing newsletter, go to like a sports page and, advertise my newsletter on a sports page. It just doesn't make sense. So keep it kind of similar. There's really no such thing as competitors within a newsletter publication space. It's really just people that you can partner with on the project, and like help each other out, like growing, because people will sign up for, 5 to 10 newsletters per person. So let's get into into how you can make money with newsletters and how I make money with mine. So there's 3 different ways: is by advertising, boosting, and then selling digital products. So let's go into advertising first. Classic advertisements. Right, here's an example of a recent advertisement from HubSpot that I had on my newsletter. The cool thing about Beehive too, and I don't know if I mentioned this, is they have a network of companies that are willing to advertise small to medium or even large publications for a cost per click. So like every time somebody clicked on this little button right here, it would pay me $2, which is like amazing, because if I get 20 people to sign up for that or click on that, then I get $40 just from people clicking on something in my newsletter. Pretty cool. It gives smaller newsletters an opportunity to optimize from day one. So like my pro Beehive account costs $60. If I post one time a week and I'm getting all those clicks every week and I have an advertisement every week, Beehive is paid for itself. So very, very cool there. There's types of revenue models. So you can charge cost per click. Like we mentioned earlier, you can charge CPM, so cost per 1,000 opens, or you can charge cost per referral. So if you're sending a referral their way, there may be a higher revenue model you can go. So like if there's a course or membership program that you can advertise on your newsletter, and let's say every high quality lead you send their way, they pay you like $30, $40, $50, you can definitely do it that way. So that one's a little less common, but CPM, CPC is probably the way to go if you're just starting out. Next here is boosts. So like I mentioned earlier, when trying to grow your newsletter, you pay people to boost your newsletter. Here, you're boosting other people's newsletters and they're paying you. So you're kind of on the other side of that growth. You can apply to boost newsletters that will pay for verified subscribers that send your way. So the subscriber has to be verified and needs to be someone that has a genuine interest in the niche you're referring to. So here's an example of the dashboard in Beehive. So you can monetize and then go to boost, and then you can apply to these different publications to have them on your newsletter. So you can say when somebody signs up to Win in Marketing, hey, would you also like to sign up to Big Desk Energy, Creator Spotlight, different things like that. So, and then they'll pay you, like I said, $2, $3 per verified subscriber that you send your way. So it's a really hands-off way of monetizing, but I like it because it's so hands-off. Like I said, you can just put content out there, you can run ads, and then every time somebody signs up for your newsletter, if they sign up for somebody else's, you get paid in the process. And that's a pretty cool passive income idea that I really like that Beehive has put out there. And like I said, it optimizes for growth. So very cool as well. The last thing I have here is digital products. So you can obviously sell branded products based on your newsletter. So I sell a Win in Marketing email marketing mastery guide from my newsletter that generates a couple sales every single month. It's about $75, and then I push that out, people buy it, and Beehive pays for itself. My newsletter pays for itself. You can also sell courses, plans, outlines, master guides, different things that apply to your subscriber list. There's obviously niches and subcategories that are more profitable than others. Like marketing, I'd like to think, is a pretty profitable niche. I just happen to be lucky enough to be obsessed with marketing. If you're in the automotive space, I don't know exactly what the kind of products you could sell unless you had your own product to give people away, to give to people. But digital products are definitely the way to go for quick and easy monetization opportunities when you start your newsletter. So that is really all I have for you guys. If you have not started a newsletter within whatever niche you're in right now, I'd really suggest it. 2025 is going to be a big year for companies like Beehive, ConvertKit, OmniSend, and so on, just because there's so many people flocking to this newsletter space. So it will become saturated eventually. It's not yet. So I guarantee that if you start now and you really put your effort into it, you can grow a newsletter in 2025. And then by December of this year, you'll have something that makes you hundreds of dollars in the background every single month. If you did go on to enjoy this video, please click the like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I've got a couple cool videos in the pipeline that I'm excited to put out here in the next few weeks. So have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.